Johnston, and I am here at iSparks Solution Studio in beautiful McDougall, Parry Sound, Ontario. And we are here to start talking about all the awesome things that there are to do in Parry Sound. So what started this was that I was on social media and somebody made a comment that there is nothing to do in Parry Sound, which completely shocked me because I don't have enough time in my day or days in my week, which anybody who knows me knows. I get the question, how do you do it all? I just keep going because there's so many awesome things I want to do. You just have to keep going. So I thought, you know what? That's because there's a lack of knowledge. There's tons of things to do. If people feel there's not something to do, then it's a lack of knowledge. So I thought we've got to do something to get it out there, to let everybody know what there is to do in Parry Sound. So in order to do that, I gave Sonya a call. Well, actually first, the idea started small, and I thought, could I do an interview? Because I'm not sure if this would work for me. So I called up somebody that I do a lot of work with, Elise Switek from RBC, and we did an educational video for first-time homebuyers. And it was fun. We had a ton of fun, and the feedback on it was great. So I thought, okay, we can get this going. So then the next step was to hire a professional, which was Sonya. So once I had the basic concept, I gave Sonya a call, and she came over and we had a meeting and quickly discovered that we both have the same passion for the love of the area and wanting people to know what's going on in the area. So we started doing Sonya's, she said, bring sticky notes. So I have actual sticky notes with my face on them. She started a strategy plan. So here's my face on sticky notes all over my kitchen table. And in no time, and it was only about an hour, we had 85 people or events, businesses that we could contact to educate people on what amazing things are happening in Parry Sound. We needed to do a sample video so that we could send it out to all the people that we wanted to interview, and it made sense that the first sample video be iSparks Solutions. So here we are. Thank you, Sonya, for doing this with me.
Thank you. It's really exciting.
So in our conversation, you said that you moved here from Vancouver.
Yes.
And that would be a huge difference, moving from a city to a small town, and not even a small town actually, to the rural part, McDougall, on
yes,
Georgian
we live
Bay.
in the country.
Yeah. So that would be a big difference from the urban.
Yeah, it really was. There was a few years in between there, but during those years there was a lot of travel and some international living. But then coming to Parry Sound, it was like one of those things where I fell in love at first sight with Parry Sound and decided that we were going to live here and work here. And there was definitely some time of adjustment, and where you're just sort of like, how do we do business in a small town? It's very different.
Yes.
But it's more relationship based than it is let's have a project, here's the task, go get it done. It's a lot more about caring for the people, and there's a lot more community involved, which I absolutely love.
Yeah.
Another thing was you can make less money and live a greater life.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
Like
Quality of life.
Quality of life is so much greater because there is a lot of active living with skiing and biking and sailing, and you can just work and live, and it all becomes one when you really enjoy what it is that you do.
Yes.
So I don't have to pay for 2 parking spots like I did in Vancouver, like one downtown and one at your house, and then the expensive cost of owning a home in Vancouver was like, this isn't going to work. So moving to Parry Sound was like, this is feasible. We can do this.
Yeah.
And then creating what it is that you love, like a great passion for photography, so you get to spend time learning more about your craft.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Whereas in Vancouver we owned a computer company and we worked that computer company, right? Which later sold to Dell, which is a great success of ours, but it was still like, man, you don't get any time to read a book or to, learn more about what it is you love to do. But in a smaller place in a smaller town, you do.
Yes, and if you do
Yeah.
have that time, you're spending an hour driving to wherever you want to go anyway.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you want to swim off of your dock, it's not possible because you're in a condo.
Your name is iSparks Solutions.
Yes.
So what are the solutions that you offer people?
So iSparks is your solution to being noticed. That is our business motto. So, the umbrella would be marketing,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And then it's photography, videography, websites, and Matterport 3D virtual tours. So those 4 things work together incredibly well in selling your
Yes.
your
Yes.
real estate.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
in selling somebody's...
I'm a client.
You are. And we love you. And in selling somebody's construction company. It's a marketing company,
Yes.
really. But
Yeah.
photography, videography, websites, and Matterport 3D virtual tours, they are all one.
Yes. Well, and I know that when I have a Matterport done,
Yes.
it's interesting for me because my clients show up and they know everything already. They're telling me, oh, well, that's a Canmore, because they can go in and see what kind of appliance is there, and they know what colors on the wall, and they already come and they know the property far better than I do because I'm focused on my clients when I'm there, and they're there and they are looking at every single bit
Yes.
of that property, so that's kind of neat. And the other thing that I love being a cottage realtor is
yes.
the 360 from the deck, so they get to see what it's like sitting on the deck and on the dock.
Yes,
So often
absolutely.
when people come out, there's no surprises. They know they're there because they like what they've seen and they want to be there. So for me, that's a huge tool, and for a seller, because then it's nice to know that the person that's coming into their house is already in love. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
And when you have an international client, they're from Hong Kong
Yeah.
or they're from Russia, I send you a link, that you send them a link, and
Yeah.
they can sit there and call in their husband, their wife, their
Yeah.
their kids, their mother-in-law.
Yes.
Just sit there
Yes.
and look at this
Yeah.
video of the home and go, this is where I want to live.
I have a question.
Okay.
It's a little bit of a personal question. What's it like starting and running a business with your husband?
I don't know if my mic is working. I'm not.
Yeah. Andy, could you I think we need a glass of water.
Yeah.
You guys are funny.
Yes. Absolutely challenging, but also very, very rewarding.
Yes.
When you come home at night, you've come home together. So there's not a lot to share with one another. It's like, oh no, I did this. Like, you don't get that opportunity to share because he was there.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
So it's like, when you're sitting around sharing your day, he already knows all about it
Yes.
because he was
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And you sit there, like, there's not, so there's that element of it. But there's also, I'm a boss. I am a project manager. That's my, I have tasks and they have to get completed within a certain amount of time.
So are you telling me, Andy, is she a taskmaster? Is that what you're saying?
Hey, wait a minute.
I feel like I have no comment at this point.
He's not in this seat. There's definitely, it's who I am, right?
Yes.
And so, he's absolutely amazing. Like, if you say, okay, this is what we need to get done, he's absolutely able to do it, and there's no problem, right?
Sounds like a good team.
It is a fantastic team,
Yeah.
because if we were both like me, it would just be like, this isn't going to work.
Yeah.
But having somebody who can organize and get the tasks
Yes.
in order, and then somebody who can implement all of those is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
So we have that. Last summer we did a lot of work down near the Muskoka area, and so we'd go to Crossroads for lunch. And it was like we were on a date.
Yes.
And it's the middle of the day,
Yes.
and you know what?
Yeah,
That
my
part's
husband
really
and I,
nice.
we do a Starbucks date because you can.
Yes.
Because everything is so close here that you can call them up and say, hey, I've got a half an hour, you want to go to Starbucks?
Yeah, it's really
And
nice.
so, you're not having to deal with traffic and, so, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
making that time for each other. So, in all seriousness, it's like anything. There's challenges, but there's a lot of greatness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. In these interviews, I want to be able to get to know people a little bit better. So tell me something that most people don't know about you.
Most people don't know that I lived on a cruise ship for 4 years.
Oh, wow.
With one red suitcase.
Do there?
I was a computer instructor and I taught
Oh.
photography.
A computer
A
instructor
computer
on
instructor
a
on
ship.
a cruise ship. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Another thing people may not know is I taught at Langare College.
Oh, where is that?
It's in BC,
Okay.
in Vancouver.
Okay.
And I taught project management at UBC.
Oh.
So a lot of people
interesting,
won't know that about
Yes.
me, but that was 7 years of teaching
Yes.
at continuing studies education.
So back to the cruise ships.
Yes.
Then you would have a very unique knowledge thinking about this.
Yes.
I recall reading that we're going to have more cruise ships stop in to Parry
Yes.
Sound. Sonya,
Yes.
when people have their photo taken, even if I hold my phone up to people, they're going, no, don't take my picture, which I think is quite a common thing. So how do you coach them to get them feeling more comfortable? And I just want to say, sitting here, we've got 1, 2, 3 cameras,
Yes.
4 lights, 5 lights, and I actually feel quite comfortable. I'm surprised because I thought, I was sweating this morning thinking about it.
Yes.
But I'm actually more comfortable now than I was thinking about it this morning. But how do you help people through that that fear that most people
Yeah.
have of being in front of?
So let me just try that with
Okay.
you. Okay?
Okay. I'm game.
Okay. So let's just sit up. So
Okay,
slouching
okay.
back in a chair like
I usually do.
Like I usually do too. I'm like
Start my water.
I'm like super
Yeah.
comfortable. That
Yes.
won't work.
Okay.
Won't come off well on a camera.
Okay.
But if we just sort of lean forward, and we've had a couple, children, so we want to.
So what's your point, Sonya?
Well, my point is when we sit down, there's a little bit of a roll, right?
Andy,
I have no comment to any of this.
did she just say I have a role?
No. Okay.
I'm not sure what Jesse said. Yeah, I don't
Yes,
know.
this is about making people confident and
Yeah.
comfortable.
Yeah. So instead, we'll put our hand over, and then the hand. So this hand is sort of like covering up that little bit of a roll,
Covering the
as
chop.
anybody sits down.
Yes.
So, and then I want you to and then lean in. How do we look? So, did you feel a little bit more comfortable with what you do there?
I was focusing on what you were saying, but then when you said how do we look and you laughed, then I was like, I think a little more natural came out. then,
Okay,
yeah.
good,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
So, is it a straight-on shot like this? I mean, obviously we don't. Well,
Yes.
just give me a minute here.
Yes.
There we go.
There we go.
Oh.
Now you know what it's like to be me.
Now I know what
Yes.
it's like.
Yes.
So when you've got, a photo to take, you want to have one foot out
Okay.
in front, yeah, and then bring your hands in, like a little bit like a ballerina, and then, but not all the way, and then just sort of like lean forward. So the chin is out, the chest is still up, and you look tiny and beautiful and awesome.
And then do the bow.
Well, yes, and then we will do some of that, or, some of this. Yes. Yes, we will.
Yes. Vogue.
That's it.
Okay. Well, that felt, yeah,
Invigorating.
invigorating. And once we started having fun, I felt.
Yeah,
more
and that's what it's all about, really.
Yeah.
Engaging.
Yes. We hope that you will continue to tune in and learn about all the amazing things there are in Parry Sound. And if you're interested in having your business or your event an interview about it, please don't hesitate to contact me, Shirlene Johnston, sales representative at Royal LePage Team Advantage Realty. And my website is Sell Parry Sound, because of course I love to sell Parry Sound.
Absolutely.
Yes, and Sonya, what is your website?
iSparksSolutions.com.
Okay, thank you, Sonya, and thank you everybody for tuning in, and I hope you'll tune in to our next one. Take care.